History remembers kings and emperors, but among them was one so wealthy, so powerful, that his name still echoes 7 centuries later. A man whose generosity shook entire economies, whose pilgrimage astonished the Islamic world, and whose empire, rich with gold and knowledge, became the jewel of Africa. This is not a tale of myth, but of a real man, Musa, Mansa of Mali, the richest king the world has ever known. Come, walk with me into the sands of the Sahara, the streets of Cairo, and the golden palaces of Mali, as I tell you his story.
I was born around the year 1280 in the heart of Mali, a land of rivers, gold, and ancient trade routes. My father, Fagale, was a nobleman known for his wisdom and leadership among our people. My mother, gentle yet strong, carried the traditions of our Mande heritage. I was one of several children raised among laughter, storytelling, and the rhythm of drums beneath the wide African sky. My childhood was filled with stories beneath the baobab trees. I studied the Quran, learning faith, discipline, and justice. My mother taught me patience, while my teachers showed me knowledge. Mali was already a land of wealth, and I grew up knowing that our people's destiny was tied to gold, salt, and trade. As I grew, I married Inari Kunate, my queen. Together we built a household of prayer, love, and tradition. Little did we know that destiny was calling me to the throne. In the year 1312, my life changed forever. The great Mansa Abu Bakr II, my predecessor, had set sail into the Atlantic Ocean, never to return. I, Musa, was entrusted with the throne of Mali. I did not seek power, but the crown found me, and so I became the 9th Mansa of Mali, guardian of one of the richest empires the world had ever known. Under my reign, Mali stretched across deserts and rivers. Our gold mines at Bambouk and Wangara, our salt from Tagaza, and our control of trans-Saharan trade routes brought wealth beyond imagination. Gold dust was so plentiful that merchants weighed it by the sack. Knowledge flowed through our cities, especially Timbuktu, where scholars, poets, and traders gathered. In 1324, I undertook the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. My caravan was unlike any seen before, 60,000 men, 100 camels each, carrying hundreds of pounds of gold, and an army of servants and soldiers. Wherever we passed, we built mosques and gave alms. In Cairo, I distributed so much gold that its value fell for over a decade. Imagine an emperor whose generosity could change the economy of nations. The Egyptians wrote of me, the Arabs marveled at me, and even in Europe, mapmakers began to draw my likeness. On the Catalan atlas, I was painted holding a golden orb, a symbol of power. They called me the richest man who ever lived. But my true treasure was not gold. It was the honor of Mali and the will of Allah. Upon my return, I built mosques and centers of learning. The Jingwareber Mosque in Timbuktu rose as a beacon of faith and knowledge. Scholars from across the Islamic world came to teach, and Mali became not just an empire of gold, but of wisdom. In my later years, I watched my children grow, and I prepared my son to inherit the throne. I had ruled with justice, faith, and strength, and I prayed Mali would endure long after me. Centuries have passed since I walked the earth, yet my name endures. I was Musa, Mansa of Mali. My wealth was vast, but my true legacy was knowledge, faith, and the greatness of my people. What made me the richest man ever? 1. Gold mines. They called me the richest man alive. for Mali's land glittered with treasure. In my time, our empire controlled more than half of the world's supply of gold. From the deep mines of Bambouk and Wangara, the earth itself seemed to pour wealth into my hands. 2. Trade routes. But wealth was not only in the ground, it moved across the desert. Caravans of camels stretched beyond the horizon, carrying gold, salt, ivory, and more. Mali sat at the crossroads of trade, and every route passed through my empire. 3. Generosity. And yet, my riches were not locked away. On my pilgrimage to Mecca, I gave so freely that the markets of Cairo shook for 10 years under the weight of my generosity. My gold could build cities or unbalance economies. 4. Influence. My wealth was not only measured in coins, but in influence. Kings, merchants, and mapmakers far beyond Africa spoke my name. On the maps of Europe, they drew me holding a golden orb, proof that Mali's glory could not be ignored. I was Mansa of Mali, the richest king the world has ever known. But my true legacy was not gold. It was the greatness of my people, the strength of my faith, and the empire that shone like the sun in the heart of Africa.